An ERP system is arguably the most important IT system within your business. Let's look at some of the key considerations when choosing a new system. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, and that's really at the heart of what they do. They often start by trying to provide you a single source of truth, and they use a modular approach to bolt on different features and functionality to give you the right combination of services and software combined with your processes and people to help you make a better job at running your business. There are lots of ways to run a business, and not every business even needs an ERP system. But some of the things that often frustrate people are when they don't get the management information they really would like, or they're running their entire business on spreadsheets and it's getting a bit frustrating, or potentially that their processes are quite complex and difficult to manage. All of those things drive you towards a single integrated system being a really good solution. There's a bewildering choice of ERP systems. And of course, the big manufacturers like Microsoft and Oracle have got really good solutions, but they're not the only choice, and indeed they may not be the best for your business. There are even some industry-specific options, such as for waste management or logistics. The important thing is to choose a system that's right for your business in terms of budget, functionality, ease of use, or even the relationship you have with your suppliers. We've found that the most important thing in terms of picking the right system is to follow a really good process. And often the best thing is to actually find somebody who's done this before and can handhold you through a sensible way of doing it. And that goes all the way from finding out your requirements through to how to select and even have people present to you in a sensible way that really gives you an insight into that particular vendor's software. As with all good initiatives, it starts with really being clear about what you're trying to achieve, whether that's profitability, maybe service levels, maybe efficiency, perhaps quality or reliability of your service. We often then start by looking at the existing processes in a business. And of course that means documenting them, but perhaps it's a chance to look at what you're doing and maybe critically analyze it and figure out, is there anything I could be doing better in the business, maybe more efficiently, even before you start to automate things with an IT system. Then I'd look at whether or not that business is a good cultural fit for yours. And of course, whether or not they're stable and likely to be here in a few years' time when you might need them. But then look at the detail of the contract and make sure that that all checks out too. Moving on to implementation, the top tip here is really get on with it and try and get it done as quickly as you can. That will minimize the disruption to your business and probably the cost, and will maximize the chance of a successful implementation. Put your best people on this. Give them a really good amount of time because it will take a lot of resource to get this thing done. And if you don't have all the skills in-house, then look for them outside and pull in contractors or whoever you need to make a successful implementation. It's tempting to buy a system, but then bend it to your will. Try and get it to do things your way, the way you do it in your business. But running into custom code can be risky and expensive, so best avoid it if you can help it. Underestimating the challenges caused by data migration are pretty common. It's worth planning ahead and then pull out as many different types of data that you can, different situations, try and catch the endpoints, and then test it way before you go live. Plan out reporting requirements early on in your project. It's way easier to implement this if you've done so, rather than leave it to the end and then have to re-engineer other things to get the report that you really wanted. ERP systems are great, but integrating them with other systems, even outside your business, for example with suppliers or clients, can make them even better and more valuable. It sounds obvious, but it is people who will be using the ERP system, so getting them involved early and making sure that they get the proper training they need to make best use of the system is super important. Once you're happy that the testing is going really well, the data migration is going well, and that people are well trained, then it's ready to go live, and this is where magic starts to happen. When done well, you'll find that this will be transformational for your business. And then look to make sure that you're seeing the benefits. These are some of the most common ones: profitability, reliability, efficiency, scaling. But sometimes people are looking for improvements to customer service, or even ultimately looking at the valuation of their business. If you'd like to find out more about ERP systems and how to implement them, pause the video and scan the QR code on the screen. Or contact us via our website. We'd be delighted to hear from you.